Talk family and viewers, and welcome to another episode of Talk the Talk. Today is such a wonderful day because I am interviewing one of my friends, actually from the motoring trade, an avid supporter, someone that has been a pillar of strength in my career in the motoring trade even before I began my own initiatives. I'm your host Dish, and today I'm very pleased to introduce our next guest, Lavonne Davis. She is the dealer principal at VW Edenvale. That's part of the Lindsay Saker Group. Lavonne is extremely proactive in her job as a dealer principal and keeps her team as goal-oriented as she is to ensure the success of the company as well as their own personal successes. Her effective communication skill proves to keep her team informed and helps them to be more work productive during the day as they know exactly what to do. Her work ethic is incredible as she gets a lot done during working hours and keeps to her schedule. Well, she tries to keep to her schedule. I can tell you this because I know her personally. She is excellent at promoting their company's products, which is the VW range, very close to my heart as well as a brand, and helping customers decide what would be a great fit for them. She helps the team, steers the team, works together with the team. Please follow her page, VW Edenvale, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They have so much of fun at their dealership. So without further ado, let's welcome and introduce Lavonne. As always, this interview is proudly brought to you by Sariti Solutions. Hello, Lavonne.
Hey, Dish.
Did I make you go all red and pink and shy?
I'm blossoming. Can you send me a copy of that script, please, so that I can use it in my biography?
I am going to do that, Lavonne. I've written so much about you over the years, so much. I mean, on your birthday, I literally do essays on your page. And that's because I do know you so well, Lavonne. But now we're going to tell our guests how well you know me.
Do you really want me to share this? Because it's been a long road, hey?
It has. It's been a really long road. And as I said, you've been a pillar of strength. But before you became my pillar of strength, you blocked me off WhatsApp and you blocked me from phoning you. Let's tell the story. Right, Lavonne.
So you do know, Dish, that one of my attributes is the fact that I'm always honest, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want me to do that?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I actually do. Let's tell our audience and viewers who I really am.
You're a pain in the you-know-what.
I was.
You still are. That's why I'm here for the second time. Very honored, by the way. Sure. When you started out, I don't even know how many years ago it is, but it is many, many years ago. And I'll remember you walking into my office and you were absolutely adamant that I spend money with you. And I still remember telling you it's my decision. Mm-hmm. You can't force me to do that. Mm-hmm. But you didn't stop. You just carried on and on and on and on. And it just, and still not stopping. So, which is well done. This is why you are where you are. So you can be proud, but woo, you're a hard worker, and they say I'm hard work.
I needed to show you at that point, Lavonne, that if I needed a job in sales, that you would hire me one day. So that, there was a hidden agenda behind that, okay?
Well, I seem to think you've done just fine for yourself, Lish, so we won't have to worry about that sales position.
Well, thank you, Lavonne. Thank you so much for just blowing this beautiful profile that I tried to portray of myself. But yes, I am very persistent. But Lavonne, let's talk about you now. And reintroduce you. I remember the first 3 interviews. I've hosted now 500 plus interviews. Sure. The first 3 interviews, you were part of it. It was you, Marsha, and one more person. But you came in there. Let's tell our audience how this started.
How I walked in wow, it's a long story, hey? But it's so many years ago. But it rings so true till today.
Yes.
Where this whole thing started, and we went into your backyard.
Yeah.
That's where we started.
Yes.
We went into your backyard, and
my husband was videoing us.
yes, Akash was there, and he was still putting up with me, and I still had the girls checking my face and my hair. It was, and I felt like an absolute star, which I still do today. It's just that. Look at us now.
Yeah.
Look where we've come.
Thank you, Lavon.
Look where you've come, and the fact that we're still here and we're still together, and except for the friendships that we've made along the years.
Absolutely.
I mean, think about it, the amount of women that we've met.
Absolutely.
And where we are today. It's such a blessing.
It is, Lavon.
Yeah.
I can't see my journey. I cannot see even the rest of this journey without you in the picture. I just cannot. I know that you've taken over, you've moved brands. So you used to be with Ford, beautiful brand. Now you're with VW, another beautiful brand.
Yes.
And you are at the dealership in Edenvale. Let's first talk about Lavon, the dealer principal. This is not where you started. It's a long road for you as well. Let's talk about that.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
For those of you that don't know, what's it, 2020? No, it was 20 years ago. So it's like 25 years ago? That's quite scary. That doesn't give away my age. But I started very young, very young.
Yeah, 5 years old.
It started, I studied architecture, and then, to make a long story short, went through a bit of a wobble in my life, and sales exec, that's easy. Let's just go and sell some cars. Whew, those days, it was a lot easier than today. I mean, today it's a qualified job.
Yes.
But those days. And so I became what the motor industry will know as a wholesaler. And I met a man that said to me, "Come, I'll teach you about cars." And I still thought, I don't know about cars. As long as it goes, what do you drive? A white one. With black wheels. And so I learned the motor trade. I think because I was the wholesaler, I kind of more was leaning towards the pre-owned side of things, and got clever, learned a lot, and decided I'm going to do it myself. And I opened up my own little retail shop, sold pre-owned vehicles, obviously was not OEM related. Opened up a workshop, which was great because I loved being in under those cars and having a look at how they work and what makes them run and not run. And so no, I'm not a technician, but I know a lot of them. And then an OEM contacted me and said to me, "Come and help us out a little bit." And I did, and I went to GM. That's where I started, the good old General Motors days, and Ford, and now proudly Volkswagen.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, that was in a nutshell, but you've gone through all of the usual challenges to get here. And also you had to balance, you were single mom, right?
Yeah.
So you had to balance all of that. How did you go through all of that?
Fell to pieces.
No, I refuse to
I would
believe that.
never fall to pieces. Listen, no, that's also not true. You do have your moments where you feel that enough is enough. Just, give me a normal day job. But, and you're entitled to.
Yes.
Because we're human.
Yes.
So we learn, we make mistakes. We learn from those, we start again, we change things. It's not an easy job to do, I won't lie. You have to be able to work under pressure.
Yeah.
You must be able to be a circus clown, because you do this all day, every day. But let me tell you, my family is stronger today for that. We're very independent. We support each other, and you juggle, and you make it work because you have to make it work. You've got no other choice.
Right.
There's no room for failure. I am my own worst enemy, and I absolutely refuse to fail. So I want to be the best.
Yeah, this is a woman that literally gets into a motorcycle. She's a biker. Are you still doing that, Lavon?
You know what? I actually sold my bike.
Okay.
And no, I'm not a normal biker. I'm a Harley Davidson rider.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, there's a big difference here.
Okay, sorry.
Yes. Now you're going to have everybody on the other side of the camera is going, oh, because everybody's going to have their opinions to it. But let me tell you, that wind in your hair, it's just a different feeling, hey? If we move towards my dealership, it's been a rough year for me. And I just decided I had to make the decision, and I decided I needed to concentrate on that to make my dealership work.
Yes.
And
Gosh,
adjust to the big change.
You've done a phenomenal job. You just won an award.
Yes.
Which is?
For service.
Yes.
So basically so since mid-March of last year, I went over to take on this huge big challenge. And when Michael Glassberg, my boss, said to me, Lavon, it's a huge challenge, and I said to him, please, me, give it. Never again, I'll never do that.
I think he knows you as well as I know you. That's why he gave it to you.
So, huge challenge. But wow, you know, where we've come in a year's time, I love life.
Yes, I know.
And I love doing what I do. And whether it be after hours or during working hours or my personal life, I just love life.
You've put your heart and soul into everything, Lavon.
But I mean, can you imagine taking on every day of your life and being sad about it, or regretting, or grabbing a challenge?
Right.
So that's exactly what I've done. And my dealership I'm very proud to say we've grown tremendously.
It's a beautiful dealership.
It
is definitely.
However, we still got to do our upgrade. Our CI upgrade is coming up, so that's going to be
Are you
great.
going to hire me to do the media coverage for that?
Yeah, well, you're going to have to wear your contractor's hat, but I'll organise. I know people.
I've been through the whole construction thing with you at your old dealership. So
Correct.
we'll be doing this again together.
Yeah. So in a year's time, when I come back here and I look a little older, you'll understand why.
Lavon, you know, like I said, you put your heart and your soul into everything, and you're vibrant and you all of that, but you're also very empathetic. You are extremely, I have been, obviously we're friends, but I follow you on Facebook, and your staff from your old dealership, they honor you. You have them writing with lipstick on your birthday on your windows. Let your stuff from wash bay to reception to after sales to parts, whatever. They love you. You have a heart connection, and you have this kindred spirit with every person you meet. How do you do that?
Starts within. Starts within yourself. It's how you decide to wake up every morning. I've grown in life because I share. Because I want to share with people. I want to teach people what I know. I've learned what I know because people shared with me. So that's what it's about. I'm not going to grow in life if I take in all the information and I keep it to myself. To me, it's about growing people. To me, it's about teaching people what there is out there and what you can do and what you can achieve and how you can achieve it, and listening to opinions and giving opinions. That's what it's about.
I just want to read a quote that resonates with you. Being a leader does not mean dominating the situation. It means empowering people to do what they would not have imagined possible. This is you, Lavon.
That is something that I would probably post on my Facebook, yes.
You know what? Everyone steals my post, so go ahead, just do it. Just share but don't make it your own. Just share mine, okay? But yes,
that is very much so.
that is you.
Yes.
And I actually pulled it out before you came because I knew I was interviewing you and I needed to be like, on top of my game. But Lavonne, that's you. That is so you. You empower. You talk about this irritating girl that never left you alone all those years back. And but that's who you are. You are the type of person that want to uplift.
Yes.
You want to uplift. You do it so effortlessly. So
Thank
effortlessly.
you.
And I
Thank
just love that about you. But I also want to talk about a couple of years back, this is our 4th annual Motoring Woman of the Year Awards. You are one of the recipients in the first motoring.
Yes.
In the first, this is my opportunity to take my viewers, my followers back. Okay, so the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards started when I started my company called Women Talk, which was the first female-owned online motoring magazine in South Africa. And I had dealerships like Lavonne's that supported me in my articles when I needed the support in terms of publishing. And I wanted to recognize this woman that uplifted me, that empowered me to do what I needed to in the trade. Okay, so I decided, and I went to Nedbank and I said to them, there's a whole lot of women that have done this for me. Please, can you get behind me and help me to have a small little awards ceremony? And they said, yes, Tish, we'd love to do that for the dealerships. And that's how it started. We had, in our first event, I literally chose the people that I wanted to recognize. But just my little network, and Lavonne was one of them. This is 4 years ago. Now the movement has gone national. We have received over 4,000 nominations this year, and it's grown into a national movement. But you are one of the first recipients, and the joy that I saw in the eyes of those recipients in the first year was something that literally kick-started this entire movement.
It was phenomenal.
Exactly. How did you feel, Lavonne, back then receiving an award like this?
There's always been a power struggle in the motor industry, always. And to be standing on that stage 4 years ago and to be recognized for what you have achieved, which if you go back those 20 years, there was no feature. There was no space. And now, if you look at it today, and I'm going to go back to the fact again that I said to you, Desh, 4 years ago, and how far we've come. And I say we because I'm part of your team.
Yes, you are.
And I'm part of your family.
Yes, you are.
And to see where we've come, that evening 4 years ago, to the build up, the dress up, and it was formal. It was formal, but it was the most eventful, fun day, if you think about it.
Right.
And so many stories were told, and so many women shared, and I walked out there feeling like the strongest person in the world. Nothing could take me down. And even though I usually live for that anyway, that was almost a thank you, Lavonne. Thank you for being who you are, and we are honoring you.
Yes.
Because you've achieved it, and because we know that you're going to continue achieving it, and we will be there to support you. And I think that's what this group is about, and that's what the last 4 years are about. Yes. To know that if ever I needed help, I could always call you.
Oh, Lavonne, this is 4 years ago. I think we go back 8 years. And you just mentioned now you know me personally, and there's not many people that sit here that say I've played a game of pool with Desh. I've been in her house, on her bed with her kids.
And I beat you. Don't forget the beat you part.
She beat me once.
I beat you.
But this has been a journey for the both of us. And the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, like I said, has now become a national movement. So many women are now feeling the way you felt back then. So I thank you, because you are actually one of the pioneers of this. It makes you a pioneer.
Well, that makes me proud.
Yes,
thank you.
You are. So I want to ask you a question in terms of, what challenges can a woman expect to face in the motoring trade, especially moving up the ranks to being a dealer principal. You lead a team of about 30 or 40 at the moment?
60.
60, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does it take?
You need, in my case, and I respect everybody's religion because I believe that we are all individualized, special people made. So I'm very proud of the fact that I have God behind me. I've been on my knees plenty throughout these years. A lot of support. A lot of times where you go and you close the bathroom door and you say, just give me a day job, a normal one. So support is very, very important. And you know what? Probably the most important thing of all of it, self-belief. Believe in yourself. Believe you can do it. And you know what? It's going to be difficult. And there are going to be days that you're going to be sitting around tables where you're going to be the only woman sitting there between a whole crowd of men. But you know what? So what? I'm the rose between the thorns. So you need to start. You need to trust and believe in yourself before you can assist anybody in trusting and believing in themselves. So it starts from within.
Right.
So once you are at that point where I wake up every morning and I go, thank you, I'm awake, I'm alive, I've got a roof over my head, I've climbed out of my bed, I climb into a shower with running water, and I go out there. And by the way, I didn't always have all those things.
Yeah.
So I got to a point where I said, this is what I want. And now where I am where I want, I'm not going to stop. I want more. I want to get my Harley Davidson back that I sold because I just never had the time to ride it. So that's the next goal. And then as soon as you reach the next goal, you go for the next goal and you go for another one after that. And you just never ever stop, because the day you stop is the day you die.
Absolutely, because that saying, you should actually never say I've arrived. You know, you said that to me earlier on, Desh, you've come far. You are where you need to be in. But I cannot even receive that, because I don't believe I arrived.
Yeah.
And the moment you believe that you have arrived, you will stop learning.
Correct.
You will stop progressing.
Yes.
So I appreciate that you and many other people say that, but I will never believe it until I need to achieve what I need to achieve, which you know what it is on a personal level.
Of course.
But that is so important, to continue learning, continue getting up, get knocked down 10 times, wake up 11 times. Got to do that.
And don't ever stop asking questions.
Absolutely. As a leader, you display an infectious level of inspiration. Infectious. What can someone in your position, how can you help them or advise them to bring that out in themselves?
Well, it goes back again to what you decide you want in life. I always tell my colleagues, my staff, my friends, family, you cannot. I can teach you ways to do things. I can teach you, I can give you a book to read. I can teach you how to use certain systems. But there has to be a passion in you. Because if I can't teach you passion. I can teach you everything else. I can teach you how to speak, how to walk, how to listen, how to react, how to sell a car or fix a car. I can do that. But I can't teach you passion. So you have to first build that passion. And if you, and you know what? I think a lot of people are just either born with it or not. But realistically, if you've got a passion to achieve something in life, not necessarily speaking about becoming a salesperson or anything like that, but once you have that passion within you and you wake up with that passion every single morning, you will achieve. I am a firm believer. My staff come first.
I know.
My staff
because whenever
come
I phone you for money, especially in the COVID times like this, I'm not going to retrench my staff to write a review.
100% right. 100% right. And I tell people this. Yes, I know a lot of people believe that the customer comes first. Let me tell you, without my staff, we won't have customers.
That's it.
So staff come first. So treat people correctly and treat people the way you want to be treated.
Absolutely.
So for the people out there that want to come and join this magnificent team at Lindsay Saker Edenvale,
What positions do you have?
let me know. But make sure that you bring your zest and you bring your passion, because those are probably two of the most important things that you need to put on your CV.
Right, absolutely.
And you will walk in to any place, anywhere, as long as you have that. And then, of course, believe in yourself.
That's it. I would like to keep you here forever, because I believe your voice is powerful, Lavon. Very powerful. I've always been in awe of your energy, and
Thank you.
I know you personally as well had struggles and challenges, but you always rise above. So proud of you, and I want you to take this opportunity to allow young girls like myself, when I first joined you, to allow them the insight into our trade and welcome them to make this a career of choice.
That is amazing, isn't it? To think that we have an opportunity to mold people.
Yeah.
To give people a chance.
Yes.
Girls, ladies, women of this world, there is a whole big world out there for you. It's huge. Grab it with open arms. You are no better or worse than anybody else in this world. You are you. You were created, humankind. Trust yourself and go and show yourself to the people out there. My mentor is a man. It's a man that took a chance on me. And it was because I stood there and I said, I can do it, and give me an opportunity to show you. And I did. And I've grown so much, and I am where I am today. And I'm not done yet. But yes, it's scary. It is scary. But you don't have to do it alone, because you have a whole world of women standing behind you that is going to help you through this process. And if you slip and you fall, we'll be there to pick you up. Trust the process. Men aren't always that bad. You just need to meet the right ones. And let me tell you, once you have, you're going to be so grateful that you ventured out into this world, and you will never look back again. Never.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Lavon. Thank you. I want to take this opportunity. Now I'm going to cry, but thank you
Don't
for
do that.
being you in my life. Thank you for taking a chance on me. Because if I did not have that, I wouldn't be where I am today. So thank you.
It takes one to know one.
And you're the only person that can make me cry on camera, but thank you. Thank you, Lavon.
Thank you for creating a family for all of us women, and for the young girls out there. We've got your back.
Yeah, we do. Thank you, Lavon. Thank you. And thank you, viewers. Thank you so much for watching, commenting, and sharing our interviews and content. Our non-profit company is the Motoring Woman of the Year Awards, which is powered by MFC and Evo by Nedbank, and the Talk Studios, powered by Sariti Solutions, are aimed at recognizing and celebrating the women of motoring South Africa. Women just like Lavon, sitting right next to me. We are not just telling stories, we are changing lives. Together we aim to empower and to uplift the women of our trade, and to educate the women that want to join our trade. For those of you that are searching for your new ride, please visit www.auto.evo.africa. We have thousands of vehicles on sale for you to choose from, and we only advertise on behalf of reliable and trustworthy MFC accredited dealerships. This car listing portal is incredibly user-friendly, and you can also find vehicle reviews and car maintenance tips and advice, all courtesy of Talk Studios. Ladies, I just want to end off this very, very special edition, session, and just conversation between Lavon and I by saying, please believe in yourself.
Yes.
Ladies, believing in yourself and your abilities is of the utmost importance for achieving your goals.
Very true.
Lavon is a pure example of that. You might not always feel so confident in yourself, but there will always be your past successes to remind you of how incredible you are. Sometimes you will have to fake it until you make it, which I've always done. But that doesn't mean you aren't good enough. It only means you are still finding your courage and self-confidence step by step. Just believe in yourself. Even if you don't, pretend that you do. And at some point, you will.
You
right?
do.
So remember, as always, and I must say before I even end with this saying, I was going to change it. Lavon was my third interview, and 100 interviews into it, I said, I'm changing the end. And she says, no, Dish, you have to continue saying that forever. And I listened to Lavon, so I'm saying to you, remember that the question should never be, who's going to let me? It should always be,
who's going to stop me?
absolutely.